Welcome to Thailand.
It's prohibited throughout the aircraft, including the lavatory, whether in Singapore or anywhere else in the world with you.
We're back for another overseas race. We're back in Asia, but this time, new location. So we're actually in Bangkok, Thailand. First stop, coffee. Sam's dying over here without his coffee, so coffee shop. Straight to the track, got the boys. Go check her out. Main line. Concrete wall. Okay, it's Thursday, the day before qualifying, and it's bike day. So the boys have just built up this 24 250 for me. Actually brand new, which I didn't expect. So looks sweet. We've got, what have we got on here, boys? We've got power flow kit, X-Trig, clamps, KYB A kit. Thing's pretty trick. It's got pipe on it, Raptor foot pegs, Tamer whole shot device. I think that's about it. And we're going to be running ETS race fuel, so thing's pretty fresh. Sam's bike up in the truck, ready to go to the track. And the plan for today, we basically did nothing all morning. It's 1:30 already. Me and Sam just sat in bed and chilled out like pretty well all morning, watched The Hangover. Gonna try not to get lost in Thailand.
Bangkok has him now.
Yeah, so we're gonna head to the track soon and just run through a bit of like a moto day, and try to adapt a little bit to the heat on the bikes, because it's gonna be so brutal. Like, it feels about 40 degrees right now. I think it's actually about 38, and like crazy humidity. So it's gonna be brutal to try to run these conditions and actually do the motos we got to do. The schedule is a 20-minute warm-up tomorrow, and then straight into a 15-minute qualifying race, 15+2 qualifying race. That's Friday's schedule, then Saturday's race day, and we do 2 25+2s. So again, pretty brutal in this heat, so we're going to go try to adapt to it a bit today and get used to the bike, the track, run everything in, do some testing. One of the biggest struggles with these races is nutrition, trying to eat, not get sick, but still eat nutritiously. So what have we got on the menu today, Sam? We're in the back of the van on the way to the track. We went to 7-Eleven on the way here. You can't read any of the labels, so we tried to find like sandwiches. We got peanut butter and we found some bread. We couldn't even find like the muesli bars here. You just put that everywhere. Oh, what? It's not even mixed, man, it's just oil. Today's race food, peanut butter Nutella. Let's go. So Jiraj, one of the guys I'm racing, this is his practice track. It's like super legit. We just turned up, it's got the full finish line. It's just like rollers everywhere. And he's tried to, so most of the tracks around here don't really have bumps, but he looks like he's put some effort in, tried to rip it with the excavator, and just choppy as everywhere. So it'll actually be good practice, but man, it's hard, dry and slick. Probably hard to see in the camera, but everything's edgy and it's just got like little pebbly rocks. So it'll actually be good practice for the weekend, because that's basically the racetrack. The world's slowest whole shot button.
Okay.
I'll just do one. If the start's good, I'll keep going and just start the moto. If it's not good, I might come back and try something different. First ride was good, bike was fresh, run it in, felt pretty solid on the slippery track actually. 250s are just so much easier to ride, it blows my mind every time. It feels super slow to start with, and I got to remember to click down to second gear. But other than that, it's almost like I feel like I cannot crash because there's just no inertia, the thing doesn't throw you around, you don't get kicked around. So yeah, all in all, feel good. Into qualifying day tomorrow, so keen to get into that. The track actually looks sick. It looks like the team's done a good job. Got a rotary hoe on it, been in there ripping it up, so we might actually get a little bit more Western style conditions, which would be really cool. But now we're checking out Bangkok before tomorrow. Like, there's just better food here. The place where we are staying is close to the race, which is about an hour from here, so yeah, we're trying to get in and get some bit more quality food into us before tomorrow and the weekend, because we've basically been living off Nutella and peanut butter sandwiches because I don't quite trust the food around there and I don't need to be sick. So anyway, we're going to keep checking this place out. Looks pretty epic. Maybe go to an arcade, have a little bit of fun, chill out, and we'll get in and race tomorrow. We found real food. Good to go for tomorrow. It's race day. Let's go.
Race day feels. We're gonna go out. Track should be sweet by what we've seen so far. So I don't know, big whips, big scrubs. That should be fun. It'll be a good race day, I think. So yeah, looking forward to it.
What's his name?
Joel Evans.
Joel Evans.
Joel.
Joel.
J-O-E-L.
J-I-E-L.
J-O-E-L.
T-O-E. Oh, Joel.
L.
Joel.
Yeah, Joel.
Joel. Okay.
Perfect.
Number.
Bad name.
81.
81.
Yep.
Please.
Well, here we go.
Okay, not bad.
Not too bad.
Fine.
Sweet. Thanks, man.
Okay. What's your name?
Number 9. Or 6.
Member
He's got 4.
Six.
Wrapping up a little bit of track walk here, and the boys have put in a big effort. They've actually got a rotary hoe here. They've ripped it up with the excavator as good as they could, but they just don't quite have enough water into it. So it's like ripped up hard packed dirt, but it's real rocky. So the rocks there that you can sort of see in the track, it's like you see that a lot, but they're usually soft because of the water, but they're all hard pack. They're all baked, so it's just going to be a little bit pebbly. So I was holding out hope for a little bit of like some ruts and stuff like that, stuff for us to bank off of and roll through turns, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I'd say it'll just sort of blow off. There might be like little rocky berms and stuff, more so than ruts. But either way, it's good. We'll just go get into it and see how today goes. We just drew the balls for qualifying, and I drew number 5, so I got 5th gate pick. Yeah, so should be able to get a good gate pick, get out there and nail a start. But honestly, I think it looks like there's only 10 of us in the race, and I think there's about 10 good gates out there, so the gate pick's not going to be the biggest deal. Okay, Friday warm-up all done. We did 20 minutes. And it was actually good, like plenty of time sort of on a pretty short track to go around and make some changes to the bike, because typically the setups over here are pretty damn soft to try to just get traction on really hard, like baked choppy tracks, but they got a decent amount of water into it. Like I said before, it's not like super like tacky or anything, but it is a little softer than normal. So the bike for me, I just felt like I had to go stiffer and stiffer and stiffer. And yeah, I felt like I got in a pretty good spot in the end, which is good. The bike's feeling sweet. The track's going to be super tricky. As soon as you try to send it into a corner, it buries. but there are little ruts there, but you can't hit them too hard, so you got to roll through the corner. It's got that rocky surface, so certain parts of the track you can't trust the front too much, and it's got a really, the boys over here call it dead soil, so it's like got no hold to it, and it's like just icy in some spots, but yeah, bike is pretty well all prepped up, ready to go. We got this last class out here before us now, and then we're going to go 15 plus 2 qualifying race. Not sure if we get sight lap, but it'll be a good little tester. It doesn't mean a whole lot because, like I said, there's not a ton of riders in the actual race, so as long as we are somewhat like in the range of like that 5-6 mark, which obviously I'm hoping to win it, but if we're somewhere in there, it doesn't really matter this race. We can just use it to sort of figure out the track a little bit, see how it races. That's going to be the hard part. It's like, it's not a bad riding track, but as a race track, it can be a little bit gnarly, I think, because it's just super straight line, tight turn, straight line, tight turn. Anyway, I'll stop talking and we'll get into it. All right, race day, we're on the way to the track. Wrapping up yesterday, I didn't get filming done during the moto. We don't actually have a filmer here for that. Today I'm planning to pay the driver, see if he'll film for us. But solid day. We did the warm-up. Actually felt really good in the warm-up. The track wasn't super deep, but I felt like I got a pretty good flow and I was riding fast. And then coming into the qualifying race, I was fairly confident if I got a decent start, I'll be able to run it. And I did not get a decent start. I don't know what's going on here. They're shaking the van to fill it up.
Faster flow.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, and the start was actually come into the first corner not too bad, but they put the very inside rut on the first turn. They put hay bales there, like doubled up hay bales for some reason. And I took that rut and I had nowhere to go, so I had to launch over the rut and try to get there. And I think me and Sam come out last and second last.
Don't ever follow Joel into the first turn. We stopped.
There was a rut. There was hay bales in it, so yeah, that basically put us towards the back. There's only 11 people in the race, but these tracks are pretty hard to pass on, and by the time I sort of worked my way through and the first couple laps were a bit of chaos, I got up into 4th, and by the time I was in 4th, it was just those top 3 were gone. I worked my way up and nearly passed for 3rd over the line, but Ben and Girage over here, they were really fast, good in those conditions, and they were about 2 full straights in front of me. So today I just got to execute that start, because if I'm not there on the start, shut up. If I don't have that start, it's going to be hard to pull it in. The only benefit and plus we do have today is it's 2x25 plus 2s, so they're about 30-minute motos. And I think even though it's hot and the heat's going to be brutal, I feel like I can push that whole 25. So yeah, keen to get out and just try to execute that start is #1 focus. My bike's not as fast as theirs, so we're going to actually try a first gear start off the mesh to start the day, and we'll see how that goes. this is the aftermath of a Thailand moto. Again, no one was able to film then, but me and Sam are in an aircon van. Sam's got the fan on him. Just absolutely worked. That was the hardest moto. Just the heat just got us about 25 minutes in, and we're pushing the whole time. I crashed first corner and then got up, lost my head, crashed again, and then just had to push, and I was ready to throw up from about 15 minutes on. Like, you can see the floor, bag, everything here. It's like the van is just wet, and this is fully airconned about 20 minutes after the moto. We just, bodies are fully overheating. It's going to be so hard to do the next one. We're just lucky that I think there's a 40-minute break in between. I mean, sorry, a 4-hour break in between. But still, it's going to be just about impossible. The thought of having to do that again is just, I can't even comprehend it really. But I honestly don't know. Like, I got fourth that moto, I come back through. Got the pass on the last lap, pretty aggressive pass. But those boys in front, I honestly don't know, even if I get the start, if I can pass them. Those two guys are going so damn fast. Like, P3 is well possible, but holy shit. Like, I spotted him because I was so far back, and I was like, I'm not even going to race the rest of the field, I'm just going to race Girage in front. And just spotted him lap after lap, and I just was trying, I just couldn't match him. He was just edging me every single lap, and I was trying so hard. So it'd be interesting to get behind him to see, but my bike's not as fast, so on the first turn I just tried to outbrake him, and I could not stop. Just hit the first rut at a 90 degree, just straight over it, and then went to the outside, and it's just crumbly rock, and I just crashed. So I gotta find that balance of trying that hard but still being a bit more precise. But it's gonna be so damn hard to do that again. But hey, character building. We're gonna recover and try our best. Stuff dragged you out. Cool. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
What?
Okay, I'm going to try to steal some footage from the Facebook page, because I don't think I got any filming all weekend really. But finished up Moto 2, weekend's all done. Me and Sam are just chilling in the ice bath at Garages. Yeah, just trying to cool down because it was so brutal in this heat. I think first moto was virgin on 40 and just got hotter and hotter, it seemed like, throughout the moto. Second moto was more like 37, and like, it was so weird, it actually felt a little bit cool to start the moto, and then you were feeling it at the end. But I pushed so hard, it took me about 15 minutes. I come out of the second turn, I think third or fourth, and the boys in front just gapped me. I was just struggling with the slippery conditions and finding the lines and everything, and then about 15 minutes in I found a couple lines and I was like, go time, and I actually felt really, really good. Probably the best I've felt in like ever, just about. Some of the lines I was taking and how hard I was hitting and being aggressive, but then still hitting my line at the same time. yeah, I was just sort of proud of how I rode that last 15 minutes, which is really good. It's just still feels like a wasted opportunity to have that start, have the weekend I did, and throw it away those first couple motos. But anyway, I got back to second in the last moto, nearly got, I think, another 2 laps. I probably could have won. I was wheeling to Rajin pretty quick, but too little too late. But yeah, anyway, first time in Thailand, we figured out the tracks. These guys are more aggressive than anything sort of I've done in these off-season or overseas races before. So we're going to move on from here into Horsham next weekend and try to take what I learned, just a bit of that aggression and stuff, into next weekend and executing from the start. Because as much as these races, like, it's not as full on as a national, it is almost more pressure because you're expected to win, and it's so and like the weather and everything, obviously you're pushing yourself to the absolute limit every single time you're on the track. But it was a good one. Appreciate you all watching. We're probably going to wrap this up here. We're going to go spend the night in Bangkok. Bangkok, baby. How good's this? The day's done. The locals come out. Our mate's on his scooter. Yeah. So just let the boys come and have a spin. Oh, this is sick.